Thank you. The most common question I get asked is, Brian, how do you build $1 billion brand? And the answer is you cannot build $1 billion brand, because it takes two elements. One is it has to be a breakthrough product or technology, or with disruption capabilities. And what you can't invent is that any company that gets to $1 billion has pretty much experienced some sort of market or societal shift that has happened that's taken whatever the product or service is into those stratospheric numbers. And it's just impossible to, when you start out building a company, you cannot predict what societal shift is coming 10 or 15 years down the road. So I ended up writing a book recently. It's called The Birth of a Brand. And the theme of the book is that you can't give birth to adults. Every business, every sitcom on TV, every new religion, every sandwich shop, every golf course, someone comes up with the idea and conceives it and then gives birth. So the birth of UGG was buying 6 pairs of samples. And then it just lies there. And it lies there. And there's no amount of extra feeding or jiggling the cradle or yelling at it. This infant can't get up and go to college. It has to be an infant. But eventually, if you can hang in there through that period, it starts toddling. It's a really cool stage. The first magazines are writing articles about you, and the first true believers are telling all their friends. And then that'll quickly roll into the youth, which is a great stage. You can have consistent orders coming in, the production's working, the shipping and receiving's happening, and all of the customer service functions are working great. And you can run a $20, $30 million company in that phase. But if it's a really good product or service, you're going to hit the teenage years. And you can all recall in college where you want to be in every party in town, right? Well, it's the same in business. You want to be in every mass retailer. You want to be in every major trade show. You want to be everywhere you possibly can. And it's super, super dangerous because you can outstrip your capital so fast. Never sell your product. Look how big the Uggs are in these photos. Right? Never sell your product. You sell the feeling or the benefit, and the more emotion you can get into those ads, the more you can get the reader wanting to be on that page or in that screen. That's the success you'll have with advertising and marketing. So I ran the ads in September, October, November, and the sales that season went to $220,000. Why? Because I'd nailed this is where I learned advertising and marketing, and that's why UGG became the big brand, because I just repeated this over and over and over again. We couldn't keep product in the warehouse for 24 hours, and the Thugs warehouse, which is twice as big as ours, was floor to ceiling full of sheepskin boots. And that's when it struck me that my customers were so loyal. They knew what had gone on, and they would rather forgo $4 million at retail than buy from the guy who knocked me off. And that was the most astounding realization of the power of customer service. Thank you.
Brian Smith, everyone. Thank you, Brian.